I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Monday, November 20th. A Quincy man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison, followed by 5 years of supervised release for receiving child pornography on custom-built computers seized from his home. 51-year-old Matthew Ormond pleaded guilty to one count of receipt of child pornography in July. On April 5th of 2022, investigators searched Ormond's home and seized multiple electronic devices, including 2 custom-built computers and a network drive device. At least one of the devices contained a folder with numerous videos depicting child pornography, including young girls performing sex acts on adult males. In a separate case, a Braintree man was sentenced to 5 years in prison for possessing and distributing child pornography on his Tumblr account. That suspect is identified as 44-year-old Michael Martin. A bomb threat was made to a synagogue in Hingham yesterday, leading to the evacuation of several homes and a road closure in the area. Hingham police said the threat was made to the congregation Sharei Shalom on Main Street. According to police, an employee inside the temple received an email at about 1:30 yesterday afternoon that warned bombs were in the building. That employee left and called 911. Happened shortly after a Sunday school program had wrapped up. Affected houses and business were evacuated, and Route 228 was closed to traffic in both directions at Gardner and Whiting Streets to accommodate the law enforcement response and the investigation. Explosion detection dogs from the Quincy Police and State Police were brought to the building. No explosives were found. Main Street was reopened just after 3 p.m., and the incident remains under investigation. A man was injured in a stabbing yesterday afternoon in Rockland, and another man arrested. Rockland police say they responded just after noontime to 115 John Dunn Drive on a reported stabbing and found a man who'd been stabbed in the torso. The victim, a 43-year-old Rockland man, was taken to South Shore Hospital. No update on his condition. Suspect, identified as 38-year-old Justin Chenette from Boston, was arrested at the scene and charged with attempted murder, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon resulting in serious bodily injury and disorderly conduct. He was denied bail and will be arraigned today in Hingham District Court. Police did not reveal a possible motive for the stabbing. The Quincy City Council will meet tonight and consider creating special zoning districts to comply with a state law that requires a certain amount of multifamily housing around MBTA stations. The special districts would be in certain neighborhoods around the North Quincy and Quincy Adams T stations. In order to comply with that mandate, Quincy may have to create up to 10,000 new units of housing, although it is unclear if existing housing can be used to meet that goal. Also tonight, city councilors will consider a proposal that would transfer the IHOP restaurant property in Quincy Center to Atlantic Development of Hingham for creation of a new apartment complex with ground-level retail space that may include a Trader Joe's market. The council already approved taking the property by eminent domain and paying the property owner, LBC Developers, $9.45 million. Council will meet tonight at 6:30 at Quincy City Hall. The United First Parish Church, the Church of Presidents in Quincy Center, will hold a Quincy Transgender Day of Remembrance Vigil at 7 o'clock tonight. Each year, thousands of people across the country gather to remember those transgender and non-binary people who've lost their lives in acts of violence. According to the Human Rights Campaign, at least 22 trans individuals have been murdered in acts of transgender violence in the country this year. Michaela Hoffman, a non-binary ministerial intern at the United First Parish Church, says tonight's vigil is open to all. Battery-operated candles will be lit on the front steps of the church, followed by a reception indoors where resources will be made available. The event is co-sponsored by the Quincy Interfaith Network, the city's LGBTQ Commission, Quincy chapter of PFLAG and Q Pride. Well, Thanksgiving is just days away, and while turkey stuffing and potatoes are top of mind for many, rough weather ahead could make traveling for the holidays difficult. Whether it's by train, plane, or car, one of the heaviest travel days of the year is here, and neighbors in Boston are preparing. According to AAA, 2023 is expected to be the third busiest Thanksgiving holiday travel on record, with 55.4 million Americans traveling. That's up 2.5% from last year. AAA said rental car prices are down 20% from last year, and gas prices in the area are down roughly 40 cents. The T is adding service during high ridership periods, including to and from Logan Airport. MassDOT is also pausing construction on all major roadways except for designated areas. And the newly appointed MassDOT Secretary, Monica Tibbetts-Nutt, spoke to reporters yesterday saying that Tuesday and Wednesday will likely be the busiest travel days, with heavy congestion on routes 93, 95, and the Mass Pike. A check of business news this morning. Stocks opened the day in positive territory. The Dow up a point, NASDAQ up 11, S&P adding 5. World stocks mixed. The euro was up, oil at $76 a barrel. Sports: Celtics beat Memphis 102-100. They'll be in Charlotte tonight at 7. Bruins are in Tampa Bay at 7. Forecast from the National Weather Service. Sunshine today, high of 40 degrees. For tonight, cloudy, low 27. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, high of 41. Looks like wind and rain on Wednesday with a high of 52. And then Thanksgiving Day, partly cloudy, high 46. For the boater, waves a couple of feet, northwest winds 10 to 15, gusting to 25 at times. High tide 4:42 p.m. Sunrise 6:40, sets at 4:18. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Monday, November 20th.